Is that Catman? I think that's Catman. Catman's here.
Stop the cap.
All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Cap, and I am your host, BigCapMan. Welcome back once again. All right, so we're going to be looking at Solo Leveling, episode 2. Going to give you my quick takes over the episode. Thought it was absolutely great. Gotta say that it was... the animation was something else, man. So we're going to break it down into about 5 parts, and I'm going to go over a couple of noteworthy characters from my standpoint. So we'll just start off with the beginning. We did have Mr. Song acknowledging Sung Jin Woo. You know, he basically let him know, like, yeah, bro, you seem to know what's going on. You helped us dodge that attack. Even though I lost my arm from this, if it wasn't for you, it would have been game over for everybody, right? So very early on, you have to respect Mr. Song. And we do get the commandments, right? So the commandments are what this entire encounter is based around, right? So revere God, praise God, and prove your faith to God. They're trying to figure this out, and Sung is really the only dude thinking straight, because he's the only one that's been on death's door every single day, right? He's really been out here in the trenches fighting goblins 1-to-1 deathmatch, you know, right? So nobody else is thinking straight. Thought it was funny that right after this, you know, Sung starts to get everything together, but at the same time, right, we have a couple of people that just don't want to do the right thing off rip. I like to say that the running man left his feet behind, and rip Bozo. That's all I can say. You know, he should have he should have stayed back and not tried to be Sonic, because he did not have the speed necessary. Left them bitches right where they stood. Oh man. Yeah, but they did start the second phase of everything, so the statues start to march toward them, and this is probably the second most gruesome part of the episode, because they truly get fucked thoroughly. Like, I mean, the praying man got stomped out. Like, his prayers were not answered. He was praying to the wrong God in this situation, because man, it was fucked up for him. Also, the crying girl, because I don't think these people got names. They also don't matter because they're dead. Did he say that? Yeah, I did. Her frame was like traumatizingly bad. Like, you got to see her like get crushed into the ground. I was like, oh my god, that shit was fucked. And then we had a nice walk down the park. Mr. Park, RIP. I'm sorry that man's family will never see him again. But yeah, oh, good God. Whew. And then we have Lend Me a Hand Man, right? Lend Me a Hand Man. He was grasping for his own hand, and he got tore from himself. All right, let me stop. That's pretty much the end of the death montage, because oh my god, they bodied. So right after that ends, as people are getting bodied, Sung, being the only one that's thinking once again, was able to realize, okay, Mr. Park went over there and got cut in half by a soldier with a shield. All right, so maybe we should try to go to the ones with the instruments. So they all make their way to the ones with the instruments. Sung actually is going to stay at one, but he realizes that 2 people can't be there. So he has to run to another one, and in the chase to get there, he actually loses his leg, saving Ju Hee. So definitely been looking out for her. She looked out for him. He's repaying the favor, because she would have been dead. Everybody would have been dead if he didn't call out, get to the instruments, because that was the correct way to praise God, through song, through him, right? After that, they actually do move into the final challenge, right? So this is basically 2 sets of flames red flames representing each individual in the circle, and then the blue flames are a timer for everyone to prove their faith in God, saying, I'm gonna stand here, stay here, and believe that God will not punish me. So this is where things get pretty fucked. I'm not gonna lie to you, because Sung figures it out. He tells them again, you know, he's already saved their lives multiple times, right? He tells them one more time, and even though he does that, the cowards decide to abandon him, leave him for dead, right? Leave everyone there else for dead in their own selfishness, right? Despite the fact that this man already saved their lives multiple times, he's the only reason that they're alive and well to run away. So we have about 3 people run, which screws over the entire situation because they have to keep an eye on these statues as they approach so that they stop their approach, right? Final one does feel bad about it, but he's like, my family, I have to see my family again. So he decides that his life is more important, his happiness is more important than everybody else in the room, and he leaves. So with them being in a bad situation, Sung wanted to sacrifice himself. He tells Joo-hee to take Sung and leave, but because she's used so much power and because she's not doing well with the situation, she collapses. So it leaves Sung there. They're the only 2 that did not betray him, period, right? He tells them that it's okay. He's okay with dying. He's glad that he can save their lives. He gives Joo-hee a gift and they leave. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy because this final sacrifice, this is the death of Sung Jin Woo, the weakest hunter of all mankind. I do want to review some relevant character moments. Jin Ah, Sung's sister, she is asked about her brother's role as a hunter by her friend Sung Yi, so that will come up later, but she basically just says he's an E rank, he always get messed up, you know, she's worried about him, whatever. I also want to bring up Mr. Song. So he is really a great guy, right? This man is a true leader because he took responsibility for everything. He said, okay, I let us in here, I will be the one to take the blame, right? I don't care if I have to die, I don't care what happens. He loses his arm, he's not sad about it. He can never be a hunter again, right? That was his really only way to fight, right? He can't wield his weapon as well with one arm. So his time as a hunter is over with, and he knows that his life is no longer as valuable as the individuals who are there with him, namely Sung Jin Woo and Joo-hee. So just shout out to Mr. Song. That man is really a goon, man. He had to take care of everything in the end. So Joo-hee, shout out to her, man. She really did the best she could in that situation. She's a B rank hunter, but she is not cut out for the life, man. She can't deal. Like she just straight up can't. And she uses all of her energy to heal Sung so he can move around a little bit, because he did save her from literally dying. She heals him up. She literally can't anymore. She uses every ounce of energy she has, and it even comes back to bite her later because she can't run, she can't move, right? Not even just because she's bad in those situations, but because she is incapable of it, quite literally. That brings me to the final character, the greatest character, the main character, right? Sung Jin Woo is really put on display here. His character, his motivation, his love, his courage is all put on display. You really are able to see that this is a man who values people. He values human life. He values everyone else, but he does not value himself, right? He decided that he would sacrifice himself to make other people happy, right? Because he knows he's weak. He doesn't see his value. He doesn't think he has any value. He doesn't care that he's not going to be able to see his family in the moment, right? He's like, if I have to die, I'll die here to save everyone else. But at the end, as he's struggling to maintain some semblance of his life, he realizes that he was a hypocrite. He did care. He wanted to see his sister. He wanted to see his mother. He wanted to see his family and spend time with them again. And he gave that up to save others, right? He gave that up to save people that literally stabbed him in the back. He realized that at the very end of his life. The absolute end. That he valued other people's lives more than his own. And so did they. And that sparked a brand new flame. That was the pinnacle of what the courage of the week looks like. And that is why Sung Jin Woo was reborn. His son Drip Woo. But you haven't seen that yet. But we do know that he does get to become a player. So he's a player in the game now, guys. Let's see how far his leveling can go solo. Overall, I will give this episode a clean 9. I thought that it was amazing. I thought that they did a great job at animating some of these moments, especially the statue, Sung Jin Woo's fight at the end. The gore was on point. Everything was really good. Not perfect, but it is definitely up there. And I think that I'm going to be very happy with episode 3. So thank you guys for watching. If you like my video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more solo leveling content from me. Also have Dan content on my channel as well. And feel free to leave a comment down below on what you think about this episode. All right. So thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace.